Hello everyone, it's Ethan McKinley. It's the 2-Minute Terminator, where we break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. Is Ellie on the other line?
I am. A call just came through, and as you know on Viber, it just cut Viber out, but I'm back.
Should we be worried?
No. It was for PPI or one of those claims.
PPI? You need your breasts doing or something?
As if I'd use PPI. My tits are fucked enough.
And on that bombshell, yes, we are back. It's the 2-Minute Terminator, where we discuss the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. My name is Ethan McKinley. And her name is Ellie Fitzgerald. It doesn't matter. That's the co-host on the other end of the line. We're ramping up now to show number... Ellie?
5.
Show number 5, where we go from minutes 8 to 10. John Connor infiltrates Skynet, and away we go.
Isn't it 6 to 8?
Yes. I was just testing you.
Ethan, you suck at this game.
I do.
Yes, I'm Ellie Fitzgerald. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Playing in the background, of course, is the James Newton Howard's soundtrack to... What is it, Ellie? WATERWORLD.
I've never seen Waterworld.
Hit the music.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
You didn't do the fourth.
Thank God. It sucked.
And we're back. Hi, welcome back. I'm Ethan McKinley.
What majestic music.
Yes, it's a track called Escaping the Smokers by James Newton Howard. It's from the WATERWORLD soundtrack, and probably the best thing about the movie, apart from Kevin Costner's thinning hair.
Actually, I think Waterworld's discussed in Cable Guy, and he says about how shit a movie it is.
It's actually not that bad. I think it's... I was actually listening to a podcast the other day, which is called Best Forgotten Movies. Really good podcast, actually, when they kind of like... they discuss a movie for like an hour and a half, and they talk about its pros, its pros, its cons, how much money it made. In this clip for Terminator, we're going from minutes 6 to 8. As Ellie said, it is episode 5. And it's basically John Connor infiltrating a Skynet facility. I'm not sure how far into the war this is. We can only assume it's... well, it's 15 years in, isn't it? It's from maybe 10 years in. 1997, I think, is when the bombs went off, but I think the timeline was altered in this. Marcus Wright
it's
was...
now 2018, isn't it?
Yeah, Marcus Wright was executed in, was it 2003? Which makes no sense, by the way, because, I mean, did they have him on ice and then they just put him together recently? Or they built him in 2003 and they've just had him sitting on a shelf for 15 years? I don't know.
Well, I've made lots of notes on this particular two-note. Would you pleased to hear?
John walks through into basically a concentration camp, sees lots of people all locked in cages, and then he sees basically a readout and a schematic for the new Terminator, which is the T800, the one you talked about, John. Yeah. And there's a lovely picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger in a badly done CGI schematic. Take it, Ellie.
So first of all, I just wanted to know what this kind of underground chamber was. Is it strictly a concentration camp?
No, I think it's a research and development facility, I would assume, because you've got the Terminator here.
Is it though? Because when they discover all these people in these cages, the guy says all these people are being shipped off to San Francisco for an R&D experiment, which is obviously research and development. So I don't actually think that is what that is.
No, but they've got them there maybe for that purpose. Now their kind of purpose has been, I guess, spent. They're going to move them to a different facility, I would assume.
Anyway, we're skipping far too much into the actual 2 minutes because we don't see them until like the last final, 45 seconds to a minute. I have a question. So
Go.
We ended the last episode with the T1, the original Terminator, coming up out of the water. And at the time we said, well, how the fuck would that happen? Doesn't really make much sense. They then... bullshit Bale and his team miraculously turned up from I don't know where, because I swear to God when he first went down there it was just him and he was just talking to someone on his walkie-talkie, And he went, something's not right down here. It's too quiet. Which leads quite nicely to another point I've made. Actually, I think that's the next show. Yeah, that's the next show. See, I'm so far ahead of the game.
I thought that there's some really interesting things happening in the next clip, I think.
When they shoot the T1 sinks back down under the water, and then John Connor just walks over.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's like, hang on a second, where did it sink to? And if it has just completely disappeared and it's sunk into, like, I don't know, did it spring out of some hole in the floor?
It rises out of the floor.
John Connor
it rises out of the.
Down this thing.
It rises out of the floor a little bit like you would if you're walking around some kind of like walk around ride, or the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios. It kind of goes boop, boo. You know what I mean?
John Connor just walks straight over it.
Yeah, it's like some super soaker robot, and then get enough water into it, shoot water into its head. It goes boo.
Do you know what it made me think of? Not that I've ever actually been on one or been to one, because I had a massively underprivileged childhood. That's not true. You know when you get those water rides in like big theme parks and stuff like that, and you get, say there's like a dinosaur ride, and a dinosaur will just spring out from the side, squirt water in your face, and it will go back. It kind of made me think a little bit of that.
Ellie, can you actually hear me? Because I said the exact same thing about 20 seconds ago.
No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Well, I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, no, I said it was a bit like the Jurassic Park ride or something at Universal Studios, when you kind of get squirted at by a dinosaur and it goes up and down around the water.
Did you just say that? I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
That's not good. What else am I missing?
I just think the signal's really bad. I think when we click off this show, I'm going to call the internet provider and get them to say what the fuck, because they've turned it down.
My signal here is spot on.
Yeah. Is the music a problem for you?
The show must go on.
It does.
Why didn't Bullshit Bale fall? That's what I want to know.
If you are late to the show, we do refer to Christian Bale as Bullshit Bale now. He does some lovely lisping through his bottom set of teeth here as well. Whenever you listen.
He's doing the deep Batman voice as well, isn't he?
Yeah. This is.
He talks like this.
Pull the trigger. He'd never give it to an ordinary citizen. Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger?
Amazing. Your Bullshit Bale spot on.
Sorry.
Yeah, so that was kind of like my first note. And then after they go into the second room, which is when they find all the people in those cages, what I thought was that T.I. put there as almost like a guardian of that room, almost like a watchdog. But again, that kind of made me think of like something in Greek mythology. They'd always put some like monster like guarding something precious, or a treasure, or a princess,
like Cerberus, or like the Minotaur in the mines,
yeah.
or the Minotaur. Yeah. What did I say? Minotaur. What a douche.
Because you think you're American.
Minoton. Now I'm thinking of Minoton from the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Interestingly played in some shots by Peter Mayhew.
Cared no one ever.
A real film fan would, because it's Ray Harryhausen, and it's basically a giant gold Minotaur.
You know, anyone that's a real film fan wouldn't be listening to this show, because Salvation's shit.
And so is this podcast, so it's a double negative.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, it's
Do you think that T1 was put there to guard?
Oh, God, of course, absolutely. I'm only surprised because there's not. We haven't seen the start of this like air battle and ground battle where they kind of like drop into this facility, but it seems strangely unguarded, and there's only a couple of like rolling HKs you see. There's nothing flying around in the air. As far as we can see, there's only one Terminator, which he lands the helicopter in and then shoots in the head, and then the T1. I would imagine with unlimited resources that I guess Skynet, you could theoretically, if we are going to go with the how would Skynet even get started, well, it has. You'd imagine its resources were infinite. There'd be Terminators walking around everywhere.
Yeah.
Not the T800, but
I totally agree.
Yeah, but no, you're absolutely right. It's the way it does like walk, drop back into the water, and they just walked over that bit, and it's just a bit. Are you treading on something funny? No, are you?
No. It's like Chauncey Gardner just walks on water.
It's a giant cybernetic surly pig.
Surly pig. Oh my god, I'd pay good money to watch that movie. Psy pig. Yeah, my next point was, so they've broken into the kind of the next chamber, which is now they've been elevated out of the water.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Oh Jesus, what's that smell?" And then we see kind of rotting bodies on like almost like surgical tables. We then see Marcus Wright, who looks pristine as fuck, I might add. So yeah,
Marcus Wright is so hot now.
Would there not have been any kind of aging or any kind of, you know, rotting of the skin? Again, I've only seen this film once, so I can't quite remember how they tie this all in. But so they go through and then they discover actually that these cages are full of all these people, and the guy says, "Oh, they're being shipped to San Francisco for an R&D experiment or whatever." So if these people are being experimented on to help them in developing the technology in making Terminators,
Yeah.
why the fuck is it full of like mutants, old women wearing glasses? Are these really like prime subjects to be using to do experiments on? Surely it should all be done on like strong women. I'm glad that we're on topic.
Sorry, it's when you said it's made of people, I just had to do the Charlton Heston thing from Soylent Green.
I've actually found an amazing meme, but I've got to save it for the relevant day. But
Okay.
You're going to love it. It's going to be amazing. I don't go hog wild like you. I eke them out slowly.
Well, one tries. Oh my god, sorry about that, listeners. My clip
So
just
that was really, really horrid.
my clip just repeated. I apologise.
I would put a warning in the homework to say don't wear headphones when you listen to this episode.
Yeah, sorry everyone. I'm having trouble with my clip on this end on its repeat, and it keeps like the sound keeps jumping back up when it like returns to the start.
Yeah, do you not think that the people that'd be doing all this research and development on should be young, healthy fighter candidates as opposed to?
No, because the Terminator is
like
no, because you didn't pick the when the Nazis were like experimenting and doing all their stuff on people. One of the reasons they're one of the reasons.
Yes, I got you. It's the hand. The way the hand reaches up.
No, well, the reason the Nazis back in the Second World War had such advanced technology because they could experiment directly onto people, which they did on the Jews in the concentration camps. So I'm assuming it doesn't really matter if the person's an athlete or not. The Terminator of Skynet is just trying to ascertain how, I guess, to like create bioflesh or create.
But then that makes me think that Skynet isn't all it's cracked out to be, because why would you do any? I'm purely honing in on the fact that there is a really decrepit old woman in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what could they possibly learn from experimenting on someone that's, you know, almost shuffled off the mortal coil?
Well, there's different stages of the human body. There's like, will it work with old flesh? How does flesh age?
Why would you make a Terminator out of an old person?
Because they turn into one in Terminator Genesis. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Ethan,
My goddamn
seriously,
clip.
Mute your fucking computer. Starting to get angry now.
Sorry, everyone, the clip again. Yeah, no, it would want to know how old flesh works, because I guess whether they come up with the idea at this point or not, but it was James Cameron's advice he gave for Terminator Genesis. The Terminators do age. The battery doesn't. It lasts 120 odd years. As of Terminator 2, apparently it lasts longer by the time you get to Terminator 3. So by the time you get to Terminator Genesis, you've got aging Terminators. So I guess it wants to study every stage of the human condition, if you will.
Okay.
So no, of course.
Do you not think it was quite humane of Skynet to allow her to keep her glasses?
Yes.
Even though she's been black room.
I suppose you'd be stripped of anything but your weapons mainly. I don't think they'd give a crap about glasses just to let this movie off the hook. But it is a silly idea, because I don't think the Nazis would have allowed you to wear glasses if you needed them in the concentration camps, unless you were digging a ditch for your friend's grave that they were going to force you to shoot.
Anyway, my next point was, so they've discovered all the old people. The guy in command, I guess, then starts shouting, "Oh, you know, keep your mind on the mission, blah blah blah." Actually, no, that's the next show. Bollocks. But basically, one of the guys goes into Skynet's like system and override it and get all the information, start downloading all this information. Would it be that easy to like break into Skynet's system?
I don't think so.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm laughing. I agree. I don't think so. I mean, there's this like little hacker going in, and it's got some lovely kind of transparent view screens. But I would ask, why would you need view screens if it's all an internalized computer network, right?
Also, did you not think that it was ridiculous that, again, in that darkened room, in that environment, all this information gets pulled up, and all of a sudden, John goes, hang on a second, go back. And then he somehow manages to just hone in on T800 when this information's scrolling up on a tiny, like, screen. In the dark. I was like, wow. He's like a...
No, I couldn't agree more. It's
Hawkeye.
It's just... It's
and also... I thought we saw... Do you remember at the very beginning where the helicopter lands and it crushes that Terminator? I thought that was a T800, which it quite clearly isn't, because it hasn't... When they go in and they see that the T800's the newest one to be made, they're like, that's going to be the brand new Terminator. So the one we saw at the beginning couldn't have been a T800.
You're absolutely right. So it was a T600.
But it didn't look like one.
No, it didn't. That's why I was given
fuck?
pause. Yeah, no, completely.
Hang on 1 second, listeners. 1 moment.
Go on.
Yeah. I've been told by another fan who I'm currently in the same house as, it was a T600.
What does he know? Why isn't he in the show? Get another mic for him.
Because I'm on headphones.
Yeah, so you get a headphone splitter and you both wear headphones, no?
Okay, well I'd need a splitter first. But that's a great suggestion.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We'll get him in on the next one.
Get him in.
Get him in! Finish him! Yeah, so I thought it wouldn't have been that easy to override Skynet systems, or at least once they'd overridden it, there'd be some kind of alert.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know why.
They'd have some kind of like safety shutdown mechanism.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. I don't know why there's not more like in Aliens when they go into the atmosphere processing plants. Like as soon as they fire the weapons or make noise, the aliens start stirring and like come in for the kill, basically.
Yeah.
And that's not really happening here. It would have been like a nice action sequence, I think, for them to be like, we need to get out of here, because they were like, Terminator's arriving, or they're behind a door trying to get through and they're barricading it.
Who knows? But so far, I'm thinking that in a fight between Terminators and aliens would win every time.
Absolutely.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's the Catalina wine mixer! They're actually all my notes, Ethan. Do you have any cocktails at all?
No, but I do have a bit of trivia. Now, you'll see this, listeners.
Schmivia.
Just before John actually gets into the helicopter, basically.
Stop saying basically.
Sorry. Yeah. 10 minutes and 31 seconds into the movie, the camera pans over and we see the body of Terry Crews, who's obviously a very famous guy. Now, at the time, I guess he had...
the black guy?
Yeah, he's a big American football star, but he's like quite funny and stuff.
This is the next show. You're going too far.
No.
Yeah, he hasn't got into the helicopter yet.
Oh my God, it's all going wrong on today's show. But I apologise, listeners.
Thank God, I am on the ball today.
Soylent Green.
My dick is so hard right now.
I apologise.
It's okay, Ethan. Don't worry.
It's people.
People. So yeah, did you have anything relevant for this particular 2 minutes?
Apart from the fact Terry Crews is in the actual next scene, so we'll cover him then. Basically, here's the. Okay. I see what I've done.
Elaborate.
I hear you. Now I just see where there's been a problem.
Has there been a cock-up?
No, I think... Well, listen, I think what's happening is we're going off a different version of the film. I think we're going... I've made notes on the regular version and we're doing commentary on the director's cut. So I think there's a bit of skewed timeline again. The old ghost of the skewed timeline to the show is back. because no one can
That
just.
in itself is a trope.
Well, the weird thing is with even though I've got Terminator Salvation on DVD, it's the regular cinematic version. So I rather naughtily downloaded the director's cut from online. Whoops. I've already paid in Columbia TriStar. You've got my money. I'm not going to buy it twice. So
Did you like the Pingu Terminator that I put on the wall?
I did. It was okay. Although if anyone's listening, we've got a Facebook page called Don't Cross the Memes. Join it. It's amazing. But you posted this thing with Groot with Pingu's head, and it wasn't really a cross meme because no one would know.
How is it not?
Because mostly Americans who are on that page won't know what Pingu is.
Is Pingu not like an internationally recognised person?
I don't think it's as widely recognised as people might perhaps think.
Yeah, but then you could say that about... Oh, whatever.
But also, there was no double meaning to it, was there, Ellie? It was just like...
What do you mean double meaning? It's Groot and it's Pingu. You're crossing two memes.
If it was Gringu and he had a Mexican hat, you might be able to get away with it.
If it was Gringu and he had a Mexican hat. Oh my god, yeah, there's so much meaning in that, Ethan. You take this crossing the meme things far too fucking seriously.
I take it more seriously than anything else in my life.
I know! You're such an asshole. I hate you.
We'll be back...
I'll put up a meme and he'll be like, fail! If you go into the vaults, I actually put that up 3 months ago. It's like, mate, I can't remember what happened 3 hours ago, let alone 3 months ago on some lame group on Facebook.
Well, we'll be back... Shut up, Ellie. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode of 2 Minute Terminator. It was a bit of a confused one this time, but nothing really happened. We covered the concentration aspect of the story. What more do you want? We'll be back.
I got some really good points on that one.
You did. You really did.
Anyway, follow us on Facebook and Twitter and SoundCloud and like and share and talk about it in the pub tonight when you're drinking away your wages and staying away from your wives for as long as possible.
Yeah, stay away from your wife and stick with this show. Please follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. If you want to join the Facebook page, you'll be a viewer to no less than the greatest collection of Terminator pictures online. Behind the scenes, fan art, posters, memes, everything. And if you really want to go deep, 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 come and join us on Don't Cross the Memes on Facebook. You'll have a great time. All I can say to you is, Ellie...
God. Yeah?
Alright, it didn't work. Try this.
Get back in the fucking sea.
I think I've ate too many lead paint chips today. I really do.
I think all that cider's gone to your head, which we will discuss in the next episode.
Fucking hell.
Choke on a dick.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene.
Shut the fuck up, would you? Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
And I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
I'm fucking serious.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene. What don't you fucking understand? 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 Fucking kick your fucking head. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking head. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking head. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking head. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally. Fucking ass.